Hello and welcome to a new video. The first video I've done in my garage since I moved to Cornwall. Ooh. So there we go. And I'm also trying out these new little mics, so maybe the sound quality might be a bit better. Anyway, I was going to have a go at making a Sparrow Box, a double unit. You get free, single. I'm doing a double one anyway. I'll spin you around. So this is what you're going to need. Most importantly, is a 32mm drill for the hole. Your saw, hand saw's all right, square, tape, drill, pencil, squares. You've got some screws there. Obviously some wood. I'm just using this bit of 12mm ply and using up this 6B1. Well, it's not 6B1 anymore. It's about, what is it? Hardly 20mm. Anyway, let's get going. Right, so here we go. This is the back of the bird box. I got the saw set at 15. If you can see that, 15 degrees, so everything is 15 degrees. There we go. That's the back. Let's just measure that a minute. What it come out at? I just put the level there for a straight edge. So inside of that is going to be 215 millimeters. That's going to be the back. Right. Oh, I forgot about the chop saw. If you've got a chop saw, you can use one. So 15 degrees again. This is one of the sides. Right, flip that over. Put it back to 0 degrees. Right, position that one on there so he's dead. Did the same. Slide her along. Right, and I just got to cut the same. Exactly the same. Take your time. Not like me. I've just got to go back just a smidge. There we go. Two sides. I'm going to cut the other side out of this ply because I don't think I've got enough wood. Right, so that is the back. Can you see there? 42 centimeters wide. This is for a double one. 22 centimeters high. That's from the bottom of the chamfer. The sides, obviously the same height as the back, and they're approximately 150. 6 inches, but I think they're more 150. So I've marked out, I'm going to drill these holes out. Right, right, and then I'm going to connect the sides up. So I'll catch you in a bit. Right, so what I've done, let's have a look. Can you see that? I've put the screws in and just left the tip sticking out. All right, and you place it down like that. Get one of your backs. Make sure you got it right with the chamfer. One of the sides, I mean, not backs. Line it up with your pencil line. Tap it into place. Right. Spin it. Well, let's do the other side. I don't need to spin it around. Right, line it up. Can knock it into place if it's not quite right. Couple of taps. Make sure it's right with the top. Right. Now hopefully I should be able to turn that over without it falling off. Now hopefully they should be in the right place. Get your drill I got an impact drill. You can use whatever you like. Don't think that's the right bit in there, but it's working. Right, flip it over. So that's one way of doing it. Otherwise it's quite fiddly holding it and getting it in the right place. Right, so there you go. There's all the, what you call them, partition walls. That's an easy way of fitting them. Reet. So there's all the sides fitted. Got two of the 6B1, and then I've got the ply in the middle, just because of what I've got. I forgot to tell you, I've made the back a bit longer. So I'll drill a hole in there, drill a hole in there, and that'll be how I fit the box on the wall or on the fence, wherever we fit it. So the next part, probably do the front. Anyway, catch you in the next clip. Right, where were we? So I'm going to do the front spare. I've got it marked up. Remember to set your saw on the old 15 degrees. This is oversized, so it doesn't matter. Just whiz on through. Right, that's that. So, let me just see if I can show you it. That, hold on, let me get in. That, can you see that? I don't. That fits on the same rake, if you know what I mean. It's all 15 degrees. It's oversized, so I'll cut that down. I'll catch you in a bit. Right, so I've marked, see the holes there? I've marked 2.5 inches down, obviously central to each chamber. 32 mil, must remember that. What I've done is wait till I can feel the drill the other side, flip it, put it in the hole, brace yourself. There we go. Right, let's do the other side. There we go. I'll get a bit of sandpaper and run around there. Anyway, that's that. That is the front of the box. Let's have a look. Couple of nice, yeah, it's a bit raggedy there, but I'll do that with the sandpaper. Right, so we got the front screwed on. Looking pretty nice. So on this bit of wood, I've already, where I've cut the face, the front, I've already got a 15 degree angle. So that will sit on there. So it works flush with the back. So it's all in one bit. And then I'll probably do a bit of an overlap. What do you think? 1.5 inches. Cut that. That can go on, and then it's just the base. So anyway, let's get that sorted out. Right, this is the easiest way to do it. Bit of wood on the bottom. You've got your 15 degree angle. Line this up exactly. There we go. That's 1.5 inches. Scribe a line. Move it across. Scribe it. There we go. Take that off. Get your saw. I'm just going to do this freehand, if you know what I mean. There you go, bit of sandpaper on that. Let's see how it goes. Right, that's the front, that's the back. There you go. There's the lid. So I'll get that sandpapered up, screwed on, then we'll do the base, and that's the lot. Right, I've pre-drilled some holes to screw it on. One. There we go. I'm going to put 4 in here. Plenty. Right, so that is that. Flip it over. So basically, we've just got the floor. You see, I've overhung that a little bit, look, on the front. So when that slides in, so square it up with that side. And then you can mark, pencil mark there. Good pencil mark. And then, hold on, let me flip that around a little bit more. I can get into there. Then that's got to be cut out. That's got to be cut out. There it is, all cut nicely. Pre-drilled. Slide it in. Just make sure it's flush each side. And just screw it on. I'm putting 6 screws in the bottom. Why, I don't know. Make sure the birds don't fall out. And if you want to clean it out, and just take it down, take the top off, or take the bottom off. I'm not sure if you have got to clean them. I think that you probably do each year. We do with blue tits. So that would mean I've got a blue tit box. We've got a robin box with a robin already nesting in it. And I've got a swift box out the front. And if I get a swift nesting in the summer, I will be really chuffed. One more. Because I only lived there a year, as some of you know. And last year I spotted a lot of swifts about. And they need places to nest. There we go then. There it is. So I've got overhang there. That, I can see one mistake I've made. It doesn't matter. I've left a chamfer on there, but it doesn't matter. Always look at your little mistakes. They might niggle you, but that doesn't matter. Yeah, I'll drill some holes in there, and that can be put in place somewhere in the garden, if there's any room. Oh yeah, I forgot to say, I'm going to put, this is called Lanagard. It's extracted from sheep's wool. You put it on like your underside, your chassis and that to stop it rusting. And it's very water repellent, so I'm going to put that on there. I'm going to rub that in. Shouldn't do it with my hands, but I can't find a rag. Rub that in, and then that will repel the water. I used it on the other boxes. I won't do the rest of it, just the top. And there we go. Finger painting. After all the rain we've had, you need this. Right, I'm going to hand you over to Mrs. Bird. Right, up in there. You got me in, have you? Where's there. I'm going to put it where the rail is. So down, and back. One. That's it. One Sparrow Box. All right, well, there you go. I took the shiny ball down next to it. So hopefully we get some sparrows. And a blue tit. And the robin is already... Let me jump down here. I don't want to get too close. The robin's he's already got a nest in there. There we go. Right, let's get out of the way of that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. And think about subscribing. It costs nothing. If you liked it, that is. And there we go. Thanks for watching. I've been Roy Leonard, and goodbye.